Stratford actually has a handful of theatres for you to check out, but obviously the most famous are the Royal Shakespeare Theatre and the Swan, which is built into the same stunning building on the waterfront. Both of them are what are called thrust stages, which means they jut out into the audience. It's how plays would have been performed in Elizabethan and Jacobean times and makes for a much more intimate experience. The Royal Shakespeare Theatre is the larger of the two, seating more than 1,000 people. It's the main stage for the Royal Shakespeare Company, who tour their productions across the world. Meanwhile, the Swan is just under half the size, housed in the incredible Victorian Gothic building that used to be the Shakespeare Memorial Theatre before it was destroyed by fire in the 1920s. The Swan is a real favourite for actors, directors and theatregoers. It's here where you can see productions from Shakespeare's contemporaries like Marlowe and Webster, as well as his 20th century writers like Chekhov and Tennessee Williams. If that's still not modern enough for you, then you can always catch a show in the Other Place. The Other Place is a lot smaller than the other theatres in town. It's probably about 200 people, and it's still owned by the RSC though, but they tend to put on a lot more experimental works down there. And it's just 100 metres or so down the waterfront. The programme is full of experimental takes on classic plays, as well as the latest in original writing. Just to round things off, I'll give a quick mention to the Attic Theatre. It's the oldest theatre in Stratford, situated in what used to be a 15th century timber yard. You can even still see the building's original oak beams and eaves in the theatre space. Anyway, it's also the home of the award-winning Tread the Boards Theatre Company and has been named the #1 in fringe theatre in Stratford, so it's well worth a visit.